I really want to show how we play, but I don't know. Like we're not competitive at this stage, um, and it feels hard because we really want to show a good game.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview recurring VCT America Stage 1. This time I am accompanied by Nozwer, the IGO of FURIA, who are just coming off of a 2-0 loss to G2 Esports in Super Week. So, Nozwer, we kind of a little bit touched upon it, right before the start of the of this recording. But yeah, just going over it again. I mean, how are you feeling after, taking in this result?
It's hard because I think we are not improving at this stage. Um, I really want to show how we play, but I don't know. Like we're not competitive at this stage, and it feels hard because I know the frustration of everyone. And yeah, it's just hard because we really want to show a good game.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that didn't happen with how the result planned out. But just more than going over, what exactly were the biggest issues that you found in that series, from your point of view.
I think it's how we start every game. It's like we start every game like sloppy, and I can't guess right now why, but I feel like we are not doing the same things at the practice, and we need to know the reason why we don't do it. Like work hard because we need to prove it in the game. Um, and I think for me that's it because we were losing like 13, 2 or 3 both games. Um, even that is like we are not clicking. Not be
Oh,
like yeah, for me we are like I don't know if it's a pressure, like I'm very much pressure about the lose streak of the team. Uh, but yeah, it's hard to find it now because we're gonna know it when we're playing well in the stage.
yeah, I was just a little bit about to ask about, what makes it difficult for this team to just go from, screaming, practicing, being in a good level compared to like going on stage and just having to, play and just struggling there. So what do you think kind of caused the difference, in transitioning from practice
Uh,
to officials?
I think it's the pressure and it's not anything more else because I think about, as I said before, the team before I joined it was in a lose streak. For some reason, I think the environment uh, was kind of overwhelming um, for show results, I think. But I think now we need to change our mentality that we don't have nothing to lose. Just be just like that. Uh, and prove it in the game and be competitive for me, I guess. Like I think it should be that the solution.
Yeah, and now just sort of now focusing on yourself now, sort of, course, when it comes to looking at your trajectory, you joining the team um sometime, or I think before the start of stage one, and just you having to fit back in to this team, after last appearing in 2022. How has that kind of transition been like, for you getting back into Furia, working with a new team, and just having to lead this new team, from the start of stage one up until now.
Yeah, it feels hard because um, I feel like I want to be everyone on the same page, and we are working on that. Everyone. Um, I play like for 1 month in the team, so I know that it's gonna be a challenge. But now, obviously, it's gonna be really hard for the next 2 games. But we need to. I want like to put in every person of the team that we need to change the mentality in the stage. For me, like we need. I know that if we change our mentality when we're playing, I know that we're gonna do it better because I know how to good are the guys. I don't feel like they're doing, they're feeling comfortable, you know. Um, and for me, it's just that we need to change the mentality. We need to stay calm. We need to stay chill in the tournament, and we need to do the things that we do, that we usually do. Um, and with the mentality that we don't have nothing to lose right now. You know, like after those games that we do, after that we can handle with the pressure, or I don't know what it is right now. Uh, we need to play without it. You know.
Just sort of just now, as you say, not having as much pressure, just not thinking about anything else, just looking at the team that you are just facing, next week, and then after that, and just having a free flowing mind, right?
Yeah, like for me, doesn't matter that we who we're gonna face the next week. If we can play with that mentality, I think we're gonna do it better. Because for me, it's just to focus to do it better. Because today was not competitive, you know. I don't want to. We like you can see the game and we are not performing. You know, like everyone on the team. So we need to focus on that. For me, I guess.
That said, given what you've been talking about within the team and the state, and how they're kind of not having or having plenty of pressure, how does then that kind of affect you as the IGO and just trying to call um certain rounds, throughout a match? How difficult does that then play into your performance, and just leading this team throughout this season so far?
I try to focus in the things that we or I feel that we are changing or we're changing in the game, but um, I feel like I just want to give or try to give the confidence to the team as much as I can in the game, and at the same time, if if I'm feeling that something is not going well, just to give the solution or find the right solution of that, because I feel like we show into the game, um, not focusing that the same thing that we are in the practice, and doing things that we are not usually do, you know. And when something that happens in my experience, it's just that to talk again the middle of the round, try to talk that we do to everyone to be in the same page, because if we do something that we not usually do, we're gonna create the gap. Um, and that I try to help help those things. And but today was not competitive as I said. I think today we need to change our mentality of how we want to face each game. You know.
Yeah, and as said, as you've been saying, and looking over to the future, next opponent is Cloud9 Sentinels, a continuation of a tough schedule. I mean, you already touched upon, the team's mentality, just how you guys gonna tackle it, but more so now towards yourself, how are you going to just approach facing Cloud9 and Sentinels, for the next 2 weeks?
For me, as I said before, I think we need to face it like without any pressure, trying to the game, uh, be happy in the game. You know, um, play without pressure, and just take risk that we are not facing in those games that we've played. Uh, take more risk, be communicate. Ah, sorry, I just because uh, it's after the game, so I'm like kind
Mm,
of overwhelming situation for me.
mm.
But saying that is that we need to face it as a team. For me, play more happy, playing just without pressure, and with the mentality that we don't have nothing to lose. Do it better. For me, it's just that's it. Like could be Clone9 or any team, but for me, the challenge for the team needs to be that, because today we couldn't handle with the game, and yeah, just that.
Yeah, I understand it's very tough for any team to just go through such a unfortunate run, but I really do appreciate you, Nasser, for just taking the time and just talking about the team and yourself and the performance. So that's I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Nasser, for taking the time during this interview. Really appreciate it, and best of luck goes for you for the next
Thank
one.
you so much.